Hi guys, Paul here at Radioshop Pickups, and this afternoon I'm going to introduce you to our new ID Evolution Strat pickups. And this is a totally new sort of pickup set from us because it's an answer to an age-old problem and an age-old question that has been posed to us since we started making pickups, which was, will you make us a hot set of Strat pickups? And the answer up until now has been no. For a couple of reasons. One of the main reasons has been that the main sort of answer for pickup makers when they're trying to make a hotter pickup, let's say a hot Strat pickup, the answer is usually to add extra winds. So you put more copper wire onto your coil and you're going to have an increased output. But the problem that comes from this is that this actually leads to a darkening of the tone. And we've never really been happy to sort of make a pickup which we felt didn't sound that stratty. And so one of the things we did was start to look around this problem and think, right, what can we do so we can offer a pickup that's got that boosted output that people want, but we're going to do it our way. And we started to look at the relationship between the magnetism of a pickup and the amount of copper wire. And there's a relationship between those two things. So if you add extra winds, it gets darker. If you decrease the winds, it gets brighter. So one of the things that we wanted to do was experiment with actually the size of the magnets. And that's what we've done with this set. We've actually just subtly increased the size of the pull pieces that we use in the pickup. And that, raising the magnetic response of the pickup, means that we can actually put more winds on without it getting darker. And the result when we plugged in was that we had a Strat pickup which was around about 16-17% louder than a normal one, which just happens to be the same output as a vintage humbucker. So it's a bit of a problem solving pickup. It still sounds like a Strat and it sounds wonderfully stratty, and as you'll see in this video and here as Chris Buck is going to give you a tour of the sounds. But it sounds like a Strat, like a louder Strat. It pushes your amp into overdrive a little bit sooner, but it's also awesome for the type of person who is going to a gig and they take in, like, let's say a Les Paul and a Strat, and there's usually massive volume differences between those two guitars. So with the ID Evolution Strat pickup, you put it into your Strat and then you can go between a vintage voiced or vintage output humbucker and a Strat without going back and forth to your amplifier and dialing down the volume or doing it via a pedal. So you can go between both. It also is a hot Strat set, but it still sounds like a Strat. It's not dark, and it's got that little bit of sort of bite and extra boost that people are looking for when they look for a hot set. So it's quite a unique thing. And again, when you look at the pictures on the screen now, you'll see that from above, this doesn't look like a massively different pickup. And aesthetically, a lot of people have, looked at it and we make them do a double take because really, there's nothing, it doesn't look like a different pickup from above, okay? There's a subtle increase in magnet size. It's not a massive jump, so if you like the traditional look of a Strat pickup, and you're a bit sort of adverse to changing that, then this pickup set is not going to make people look at your pickups and think, wow, those are really different. They don't really look that different from above, but they sound completely different. The spec of the pickup, it's wound with plain enamel wire. It's Alnico 5. As I've said, it's got slightly increased magnets, but they still fit inside a standard 52mm spaced pickup cover. So that's a great thing as well, is that you haven't got to get a custom pickup cover made. It's got the base plate in the bridge position. So it's really quite telly-like in the bridge position, a bit like our ID Chris Buck set. It's got a real sort of grunt and growl to the sound. And it's just a great sounding pickup set. So you're going to see a couple of different guitars now. You're going to see our workshop, it's like our workshop mule. It's a G&L SC3 from 1991. That's the black Strat looking guitar, and that's got the ID Evolution set in it. And then Chris Buck is going to take you through 3 different guitars. So there's the ID Evolution equipped SC3 from G&L. Then you're going to see Chris's own Strat, which has got his ID Chris Buck pickups, which is kind of like a standard Strat output. and he's going to go back and forth between those two, and then you're going to see our Eastman T386, I think it is, which is a 335 style guitar, and it's equipped with our PAF humbuckers, which is the electric Spanish set. And that just shows you, just to show the volume differences, there's, when you go from the Strat to the humbuckers, you're not going to see a massive volume jump, okay? Because they've got very, very similar output. The other thing to be aware of with this pickup set is that it's part of our ID range, and what that stands for is increased dynamics. And we've devised a way, and no one else is doing this, we've devised a way of doing a reduced wax potting technique on the pickup, which means you've got more presence, more clarity, and a little bit more sort of bite, and it's a bit more rewarding when you dig into strings. And it's something that Chris Buck has been shown off to great effect, because he's very much a sort of dynamics player, quiet 1 second and then a real sort of jump in volume the next. And that's one of the things that the ID range will give you. We've got Strat pickups and Telecasters in the ID range, and they got reduced wax potting, so they've still got some protection from microphonic feedback, but they've got that little bit more of a sort of warmth and a clarity to them. Okay, and when you see these videos, there's no volume. We haven't done any sort of editing of the volume afterwards. We just took the level off the loudest guitar, and we kept the level throughout. So when you see Chris go to the normal Strat, if you like, his Sunburst one, you're going to notice a decrease in volume, and that's down to the output of the pickup. Okay, so there's been no editing of the volumes in the recordings. So have a listen and enjoy it.